has been 6 years of horror. I'm glad they acknowledged that. I respect that they acknowledged that. Thanks, guys. Oh, no.
All right, what I was trying to say before I got rudely interrupted is that Funko Pops are coming. This is super exciting for us. We've been waiting on a long time to be able to announce this. So right now I'm going to give you a sneak peek of the 4 characters coming to Funko Pops.
Bingo.
The Wraith, the Doctor, the Huntress, and Claudette Morel.
Bingo.
If you're like me, you're thrilled and you can't wait to get your hands on those. I can tell you, you'll be able to get those before the end of the year.
I think he's had his eyes zapped as well, hasn't he? He's had his eyes laser beamed.
Now that I've shared that and that I've had a moment to calm down, let me officially welcome you to the Dead by Daylight 6th anniversary celebration. We've got an amazing show for you today. We have the whole team ready to share some of the exciting stuff coming. We've got a few surprises in store. We hope you're going to have a good time. Now, last year, our 5th anniversary was all about looking back at the 5 years before. It was a trip down memory lane, and I had a good time for one. Since then, we've hit 50 million players in Dead by Daylight. That's crazy. We announced a board game that was funded in under 1 day on Kickstarter.
Board game.
That was an amazing job by our friends at Level
Bingo.
99. We've also consistently stayed within the 20 top games streamed on Twitch.
Only because Ots plays your game.
With our next chapter,
if Ots didn't play it, the game would die.
59 characters in Dead by
You should
Daylight.
send him a paycheck.
But today, it's not about looking back. Today is about looking at the future. And we dreamed.
And you also
big.
used to be
It's our
top
job
10
to
on
do
Twitch
so.
all the time.
Once in a while, these dreams ended up being bigger than what we were able to deliver. And we don't want to do that today.
Thank you so much for joining us today in the celebration of Dead by Daylight's 6th anniversary.
No
I'm
food.
Stéphane Beauchamp, senior producer
I like
on
his
the project,
jumper.
and I'm joined by Justin Brown, senior product manager on the project. Year 6 was an amazing year when it comes to licensed content, with the addition of Resident Evil, Hellraiser chapter, as well as Ringu. 3 classic cult horror icons into our game, and it really warms my heart to see all of those different characters come together in the one and the same game. Is there anything you're
You forgot the artist chapter happened. It was 3 licensed,
First
wasn't
thing that
it?
comes to mind is the updated onboarding and tutorial. The next would be the 2 brand new maps we introduced last year. It had been a long time since we introduced new maps, and the team totally delivered on those maps, visually stunning. And that's not to mention the unbelievable job they did on the Haddonfield rework, which recently.
Yeah, we just played Haddonfield.
And last but not least,
Never found it so easy in all my life to just destroy a killer.
Movies,
The infinite windows are brilliant. I love them. Thank you.
Holiday season was.
So our 4 pillars composing the roadmap for this year are game health, quality of life updates, live design, as well as our events. You want to give us a bit more info about the
Game health. Yeah, sure, I will.
Game
I would love to,
health.
Stéphane. When we talk about game health, there are some aspects of game health that will always be ongoing priorities for us, such as security improvements and game performance optimizations. But this year, we're putting an added focus on matchmaking. We want to improve the matchmake wait times as much as we can, in addition to accounting for the various play styles we see throughout our community and rewarding them as such. In addition to that, players' behaviors are constantly evolving, and we need to adapt to accommodate those new behaviors all the time.
You do need to adapt to people's behaviors. Like when shitters just face camping kids and slugging at fucking 5 gens and slugging into... You do need to take that into account.
Not an understatement at all.
That's actual game health.
We're happy to break right now is that we're actively working on a major rework of the Raccoon City Police Department map that we released last year during the Resident Evil chapter. We can expect to see that sometime this fall, but we will keep you updated as we near closer to the final release.
I think if we've learned anything, reworks of maps aren't very successful, so that's scary.
Difficult map to navigate into play for players, and we're really looking forward to see how it can actually be brought up to the standards that we have today, and I'm looking forward. So with that said, I'll jump into the events, something that really is an important aspect of the game. It allows us to move the game in a direction
they added 2 new maps last year and it was incredibly successful, and now they're saying they're having to rework one of those successful maps.
Allows us to really do so. We'll have 4 main moments in the year that we're going to celebrate through events, which are going to be our anniversary period coming up in a few weeks from now, the Halloween period, the winter period, as well as the Lunar New Year period. These 4 events are really going to be the main ones for the year, but our cornerstone events are going to be Halloween and anniversary, since they're such big, important moments for the game.
Right.
On top of those, we're also going to try and do more live activations, such as login bonuses, Blood Rush that you're all familiar with, and boosted Rift Fragments collection, so that there's a reason for everyone to come back to the game and be more excited about.
Surely the game itself should be a reason for people to come back to the game. That's just them saying, we know that our game isn't doing very well, so we're going to give you more incentive to come back and play it.
It's really been an amazing one for us.
We're going to literally pay you in blood points to play our game.
Throughout those 6 years. Thank you, everyone.
Hi there. I'm Matt, design director on Dead by Daylight.
Hi, Matt.
I work with Dave, the creative director, and the rest of the DBD.
Matt's got really nice nipples.
On everything from updating and
Matt, I love your
our
nipples.
existing content to the development of all our new chapters and game features. I'm really happy to be back with you
Matt with 3 T's, I love you.
For this 6th anniversary broadcast. The upcoming year
I like
is going
that close-up
to be a
of his
really big one
nipples.
for Dead by Daylight.
Yeah,
so I'm
get
excited
closer to him.
share 3 key updates that our team
Show
of
us those
talented
nips,
designers
Matt.
have been working on. An overhaul of our killer and survivor perks, a rework of our approach to prestige and progression, and finally, an update on the changes to the Memento Mori system. In listening to our players and reviewing our own data, we've found that some of the most consistent feedback is that in our high-level matches, meta perks have essentially taken over, meaning that players are consistently seeing the same perk loadouts again and again for every killer and every survivor.
And also the same killers.
Looking at our data, there's a clear gap between the most popular perks for each role. On the killer side, these are Corrupt Intervention, Scourge Hook Pain Resonance, Barbecue and Chili, Hex Ruin, and Pop Goes the Weasel.
Pop goes the brain cell.
And for survivors, Dead Hard, Decisive Strike, Borrowed Time, Iron Will, and of course, Self-Care. With little motivation to explore different perk loadouts, this can naturally lead to a feeling of gameplay becoming stale. Therefore, in the coming months, we'll be releasing a major update that will rework and rebalance roughly 40 killer and survivor perks, including the ones that I've just mentioned.
Oh, God.
This is aimed at eliminating these clear, dominant perk trends and strategies that we've been seeing in the game
That's terrifying.
for a while. There will also be some small baseline gameplay adjustments that we would like to share with you a little bit closer to the release date. So, we'll keep monitoring, keep reviewing, and keep adjusting our collection of perks in this way.
Do you think that means they're going to nerf
make sure that we
things?
avoid these meta perks becoming consistent trends.
Is Dead Hard going to get
periods,
nerfed and
whilst opening
Dark
up the
Sense
gateway
get
for
buffed?
new undiscovered metas to emerge. With this upcoming focus on balance, we're also working on an update to make perks easier to acquire and encourage more exploration of new combinations in perk loadouts. In an upcoming patch, we'll be releasing a rework of Dead by Daylight's prestige system.
Do you
aimed
think they
at
know why
reducing
BT
the
and
grind in
DS
the
are so
game
popular?
by giving players more direct, quick, and easy access to perks, something that will improve the quality of life, not only for our long-term dedicated players, but especially new players looking to get into the game. Our current prestige system is optional, and it awards a bloodied version of the base cosmetic outfit, whilst resetting the perks, add-ons, and items in the character's inventory. This update will change how this works entirely. When this feature releases, prestiging a character for the first time
Imagine if they nerf Borrowed Time and stuff.
that character's Tier 1 personal perks on all other killers or survivors, making them immediately available in their loadouts. We know that our players are hoping that the RNG gods provide them with barbecue and chili in their early blood webs. However, with this feature, you simply prestige the cannibal to prestige level 1, 2, or 3 to unlock all of Leatherface's perks at the corresponding tier for every other killer. This will significantly reduce the grind and completely eliminate the random chance needed to acquire specific teachable perks through the blood web system. Of course, it's worth mentioning the prestige level won't be capped at just 3, so you'll be able to show your dedication to a particular character by raising them well beyond that.
What?
Additionally, the act of prestiging will not remove their perks, items, or add-ons. So there's no longer an associated reset of the character, if you will.
Okay.
For those who haven't yet prestiged their characters, we're also working on a fair way to still reward players for their time investment and dedication once this update takes effect. Fans can expect both the prestige and perk updates to drop around the same time during a major release this summer.
That sounds like a good change.
Finally, I would like to close things out with some news on the Mori updates that we shared last year. While it's still coming,
A full year.
we've slightly adjusted our approach to the system based on research, feedback, and prototyping iteration. We've arrived at something that feels more straightforward, yet still accomplishes the same goals that we set out with. The change to the system will still remove the Mori ability from offerings, focusing instead on rewarding efficient killer play, but will be incorporating the Mori animation as more of a natural ending to the match. This is something that we're currently calling the finisher Mori. When a killer downs the last survivor standing, rather than drawing things out and having them pick up and hook the survivor, we'll instead transition immediately and automatically to the killer's Mori animation, allowing them to close things out in style and in a way that you would expect from an unstoppable killing machine.
So the killer can't fuck with the survivor anymore.
There's also
But
a
does it
few other
take into
additional
account
changes coming with this system that we're
Unbreakable,
not quite ready
D-Strike,
to
all
share
those
yet.
kind of things?
But we're hoping to release the new Mori system as part of our Halloween update this year.
All right, so
So look out for that.
2023.
While we couldn't cover all of the details of these updates in the span of one segment, anyone looking for more information can head over to our website, deadbydaylight.com, following the broadcast. Thank you as always for the support. We can't wait to get these updates.
Do you know what? I
into your
should be
hands as soon
excited
as
about
possible
40
to
perk
see your
changes
amazing
coming
reactions.
through, but
Thanks again.
the perks
and
are
see you
already
in the
so
fall.
badly done, especially for the killer side. Like, are there going to be improvements, or are they just going to make shit worse?
We have that covered. So this year we're here to talk about the quality of life updates that are coming to the game for year 7.
Search bar.
Now, while it's always our goal to give you the most accurate picture of what's coming
Say
and
search
when,
bar.
the reality is that deadlines can shift as well as priorities.
Deadlines can shift
And we live in a
soon.
pretty weird world these days, so there's a lot of
Soon.
external factors as well.
Soon.
So, I mean, that all being said, we are going to work to have the most open dialogue with our players. So if something changes, you can bet us, other members on the team, we are going to be
850
communicating and
devs
let you know if
soon.
something shifts, changes, removes, added. Really at all, we're going to make sure that you guys know about it.
Right.
That being said, let's get
Doubt
to it.
that. You've
Yes,
never been transparent as
that's
if you're
really
going to
cool
start
because
now.
Today, when you will open the PTB, the first thing that you will notice is this new vertical layout.
Oh, there's a
that we
PTB
have.
today.
The idea behind this is we were running out of space with the current
This
one.
is the quality of
and
life change. They've
we
just
wanted
fucking
to
moved
have
things
more
out of the way.
clarity and also make some information way more visible to players.
Search bar!
Like for
Something cool for everybody is that I don't have to go into the archives to see how long is left in the rift.
correct,
I'll see it right on the main menu.
correct. You will have the exact timer how long it will take until the end of the rift, and that's part of what will make just the navigation easier and the information
Thanks,
easier
guys.
to find in Dead by Daylight.
We heard you loud and
Another
clear.
feature that will be also available today for the
Such
PC,
innovation.
and I think that one will be really appreciated.
I think so. I think this one is one of those that players have been asking for quite some time.
Say a
That's
fucking
true.
search bar.
So that's the preset loadout. In the loadout,
All right, it's a step in the
screen
right
now
direction.
You'll be able to have different saves, up to 3 for the moment, for your offering, perks, add-on, items. So you will be able to adapt your playstyle according to what you want.
6
to play.
years, we got it.
So, I
We got
mean,
we got the
if you guys want to
preloadouts.
create one loadout for goofy perks, one for playing by yourself, one for playing as a team.
Tell us there's like 10 of them though,
Change
right?
those with the press of a button. No longer are you looking
And tell us
through,
we don't have to pay for
the
new
full
slots.
inventory of perks that we have.
Correct. It will be your choice to decide between hardcore and casual games.
Hardcore.
Something else, you'll be also able to save loadouts for your cosmetics. So if you
Okay.
have different style and you're always like wondering which one to use, well, now it will be extremely useful, easy for you to switch between them.
Right.
We are really looking into feedback, so please, when you grab the PTB today, Share your feedback.
Here's
about
the feedback.
improvements.
Search bar.
This will help you to create the best
Search bar for perks.
in the future as well for you. But that's for today. So what is happening for the next upcoming releases?
Right, so for that, we've got some other upcoming features to share with everybody out there. So one of the main ones that we actually announced last year, as you remember, I think we were both there, was matchmaking incentives.
Right.
So what we mean when we're talking about this is when players are matchmaking, we try to establish a good ratio of 4 survivors to 1 killer. And whether or not this ratio is imbalanced one way or another depends on your server, depends on your time of day. So what we are doing is we are providing players with extra blood points to play as the role that is most needed on their server at that time of day when they're online, which I think is going to be pretty useful for our players.
Correct. And with the new layout that we just mentioned, like it will be really easy for the player to see in front, like on which queue they should go if they want to have the less waiting time.
Exactly. As soon as you log in, you're going to know which role needs you the most. So if you're there for BP or if you're there just to have fun with your friends, I mean, really, we're giving you so many more options. I think it's going to be a great experience.
What do you mean, so many other options?
So when you're waiting in matchmaking, your friends alone, what have you, you'll now be able to browse the store, check out some really cool outfits, some other areas of game, and even check out the archives. So
our queue times are so bad, guys, but don't worry, you can still send us your money.
That's all up to you.
Yeah, and I really love this feature because it feels like not a big change.
We've implemented changes that can make sure you guys can still spend money
that I really
while waiting in our terrible queue system.
Easy and you won't have
Don't worry, we've got
it
you.
will be more comfortable for you too.
What you're doing. And then
I feel like every game has ever been released kind of already has these things implemented, but for some reason it's taken
ahead of ourselves. One of our other big features
these guys' behavior a long time to get onto this.
But we've got another big feature in the works, and I think I'll let you spill the beans on this one.
Search bar.
Yes, and this one, I think our players are going to love it. So we have decided, do you remember last year when we talked about bots?
Oh,
Not at all.
no.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
I'm sure you will do. So when we talk about bots, actually this year, by the end of the year, we really want to introduce bots in custom match.
It's not just learning a new killer that can be stressful sometimes, but new maps as well, because the layouts can be.
Oh, is it going to be for custom games only?
You need to learn. So it's a great way for players.
Okay.
Use an old killer, use old survivors as bots, and just try out whatever map you want.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. And this feature is probably the longest one for timeline. And
What's the point of custom games? So you can test stuff.
For this one to be out. And we can't wait.
I'm super excited for this one.
I am too.
I'm a bad killer, so I'm looking forward to it.
And I think you still have 2 features that you would like to talk about this
Say
today?
search bar.
These ones are a bit smaller, but I think our players and streamers will also be interested on both of these. So the first one I'll discuss is what we're calling streamer mode or anonymous mode.
Never mind.
Decided, still in development, so the name may change. But the basic premise of this is to make sure that all of our players feel safe as they're playing the game. So that we're obscuring your name or the name of your friends as they're playing, so that no toxic players or ne'er-do-wells inside or outside the game can find it and target you in some way.
And for the security, that's a huge plus as well.
This is when all these streamers got swatted by someone, wasn't it?
They're playing our game, and we hope that this is.
And Behavior's response was contact our customer service team.
Now the other feature is
search bar.
I guess all about the survivors not feeling so safe, which is our updated wiggle system. So if you've been paying attention to Dead by Daylight, I know we have, talking to you, for the past few months, we've been testing out our updated system.
They're actually not going to add a search bar. They're actually not going to have a search bar.
Try it out. So whereas previously the wiggle system was mashing 2 buttons back and forth, keyboard.
Is everyone not already using the new system? Why are they telling us about the new wiggle system?
So during the beta, we were all listening to a lot of our player feedback. So our design team has really taken that into account. And with those changes, we're going to make it a permanent feature in the future.
And sometimes we just need more time also to get the feedback.
It certainly helps.
Come and speak to me!
With all of
I'll
these,
give you the fucking feedback! I'll fucking fix this shit!
In here.
Just ask me!
So head on over to our website at deadbydaylight.com to read a bit more after the segment.
So, Morf, yeah?
really hope
Yeah,
you guys
Morf,
you're
we were
excited
thinking
about
of
all the
maybe.
features
Yeah,
of
go
the
on.
month today.
We were
I know
thinking of
we are,
say search
and,
bar.
we expect that you will
Say
enjoy
search
this
bar.
this anniversary with us, and we hope you a very good Dead by Daylight experience here.
Yeah, enjoy the rest of the broadcast, everybody.
Thank you.
Kek bye.
My name's Jason. I'm a fog whisperer, and to me, Dead by Daylight is more than just a game. It's a lifestyle. I'm heading to a parkour gym to work with professional tag athletes. I want to learn how I can apply my DBD
Fucking
skills in real
Jason,
life.
so funny.
Do you ever just like crouch at the chaser to get them angry?
World Chase Tag is a team-on-team competition where one team throws in a chaser, one team throws in an invader, and the one rule is don't get caught.
So in chase tag, are you using vaulting? Because in DBD, when I'm being chased, vaulting is a pretty powerful evasion tool.
Yeah, vaulting gives you a very easy way of getting an obstacle in between you or whoever's chasing you.
So what about slow vaults?
What?
To see my full training adventure, head to the Dead by Daylight YouTube page later this week.
Yeah, that was good. He's literally gone to a professional tag training facility, or like a parkour training facility, just to do some DBD memes. That's next level. Oh, there was a pillow there. Yeah, I'll get another fucking pillow. Blood points! Get them! Everyone get your blood points, go! Get your blood points! That was cute. Was this the new Survivor that got leaked? Yeah, so the leaks are right. Resident Evil 2's on its way. The Dredge and Hattie.
Hi everyone, I'm Dave Richard, Creative Director on Dead by Daylight, and I'm super glad to be here today to share the newest content for our latest chapter, and of course to celebrate the 6th anniversary of Dead by Daylight. The tradition is to tell you all the content that's going to be in the chapter, and this time we're quite excited. We're changing the recipe a little bit, and we're doing an original chapter. So this new chapter is called Roots of Dread, and it's a full chapter. It contains a new survivor, a new killer, and a new map within a new realm of the entity. That's
A
quite
new
exciting.
realm of the entity.
So the story for the chapter revolves around a town, a perfect town. Well, a town that seems to be perfect.
So where I
Of
live.
course, the residents are hiding something terrible. They're
Same.
hiding secrets and a darkness.
Mm-hmm.
And when that darkness starts to bubble up to the surface, it creates our newest killer, the Dredge. So let's talk about it a little bit. So the Dredge is inspired by the Boogeyman, a story that is global and is known around many cultures. It's a domestic fear. It's a monster that is really close to us, that is in our familiar environment, inside our house, under our bed, in our wardrobes. And that's the type of creature we wanted to feature and create. So it is the physical representation of the darkness of the whole town, of their secrets. And it is a weird and strange creature, a monster. It has an impossible biology featuring various limbs, heads, different parts.
That's a baby's
It is
arm.
emotionless. and
A
it's
baby's
impossible
arm as its
to see
shoulder.
for your life when in front of this creature. We wanted to make sure to create a visceral scare when facing this creature. It's a bit like when you're having a nightmare. You know it was super scary when you wake up, but you can't exactly put your finger on what it was.
I'm pretty sure under the surface it's just created with 500
The visual
dicks.
design of the dredge
I'm
is
coming
quite
for
unique.
your
It's a
dick.
first for
I'ma
Dead by
take
Daylight
your
killers.
dick. It's
It's a
mine
monster.
now. Yeah, there's a lot of dick in
Created
there.
by different limbs, different heads, claws, pincers, tentacles. And we wanted to make sure that you, the player, would be able to customize as you wanted this monster. What's really cool as well for the cosmetic is that we are able to explore themes that are organic, but also constructs, like this amazing cosmetic that features dolls. All right, now let's move on to the power.
We get a
of the
dicks
dredge.
one.
So when playing the dredge, we wanted you to feel like you're the embodiment of darkness, of fear itself. We wanted to recreate that feeling of a monster that's really close to us, that lives in your house. And so there are two phases to the power. The first phase is the ability to use lockers to teleport from and to. So, of course, this is great for map movement. You'll be able to travel the map really quickly. But it's also great to surprise survivors that are nearby lockers, and even survivors that are hiding inside the lockers. The second phase of the power is called Night Cycle, and this is where it gets really interesting. So based on action the dredge will make and some passive abilities, the Night Cycle will build on the survivor. When it is finally completed, Night Cycle will trigger, and a darkness will engulf the survivor. This darkness makes it very difficult to navigate, especially in chases. And the only thing the survivor can see in the distance will be the dredge itself. So that's really creepy, and will for sure make the survivor make mistakes.
As long as you can still play as a
Of
survivor,
course,
that'll
the
be quite
dredge comes
fun.
with 3 unique perks. We won't go into the details of these perks today.
But if it means
I
you
can
can't
say
play
that they are
properly, it'll
themed
be shit.
around chaos, secrets, and corruption. The chapter will become available to all on June 7th. So thank
We
you
need to
again
boot
for
up the PTB and find
listening
out, don't we?
today, and thank you for an incredible year of Dead by Daylight.
Hey there, everybody. I'm Justin, one of the product managers on Dead by
Jesus,
Daylight.
that was awkward.
Still stuck in this fog from earlier, but this time joined by a new partner.
Hi, I'm May. I am a Twitch-lurking, dog-snuggling influencer manager on Dead by Daylight.
So, since a Dead by Daylight anniversary wouldn't be the same without a celebration in the fog, both May and myself are here to share with you what's going on for the Dead by Daylight 6th anniversary in-game event. So, last year we had a really fun one, but the team
She's
has
watching
taken
us.
a hard look.
She's
at what worked
snuggling
and
our
what didn't,
dog's chat.
and we're trying to find ways to take it even further for the 6th anniversary, which is actually starting on our real anniversary this year. So the event
The 16th,
starts
yeah.
on June 16th. I think it's really cool. So for the theme this year, the Fog is going to be celebrating something called the Twisted Masquerade.
Right.
Now, this is meant to be a real party in the world of Dead by Daylight that's being hosted in the entity's name by someone lurking in the shadows. I think.
Is it?
Everyone loves a masquerade, so we've really tried to run with the theme and taken our decorations to the next level. As you might have already noticed in this broadcast, we've added this gorgeous midnight blue to our usual black and gold color palette.
Wow.
And you'll see it all over the entity's realm during this event. We're also
Really pushing the
reskinning
boat
the
out of
killer
this year,
shack
guys.
and the exit
We've
gate,
put a
and
little
there's
bit of a blue
really
stream
cool,
around it.
creepy effects because of it. Since we're going to a masquerade, it's going to be beautiful hand-designed masks. Last year, while you could earn cosmetics for every single original character, it was the same crown for each and every one of them. We feel like that's run its course, and we
They
wanted
look
to
pretty
do something
sick.
a little more special this year. This year, we're focusing on one original survivor and one killer for every year of Dead by Daylight. The mask you earn will only be wearable for that specific character because it's tailor-made to suit their personality and style. Pretty sweet if I do say
The
so
masks look
myself.
cool, but how will you find them without a
I've
search
had
bar?
to resist just putting this one on and trying to run away with it. On top of that, because we know you guys love blood points, we're going to be doing a weekend blood hunt event. And then, again, still not done, we're going to be giving a lot of login currencies. So if that's not enough blood points.
I really wish they'd just do something with the event rather than just put a pedestal. Go find a pedestal and press mouse 1. You know how Apex basically like rewrite their entire fucking game?
The time to save your pennies for
And they're a studio that's 10 times smaller than Behavior Studio. I wish Behavior would do something cool as fuck. It's nice getting the skins and everything, but I'd love to do something different.
We'll see you there.
All right, now we're talking. Give us the good. Show me the huntress in a fucking bikini now. Yeah, we go. What the fuck is the rain? Not the spirit. No one wants to see that. Show me the fucking clown or get the fuck out. Dead by Daylight Dating Sim, hooked on you.
So last year we did an official community.
Why are these always so quiet?
Ways potentially of expanding the universe of Dead by Daylight, and I think the third one was Dating Simulator. And
I'd let the huntress step on me.
You know what? We decided to go
bruv.
for it. This was a tall order. We needed to find the right people to do this justice, to really treat this properly so that it didn't turn out
Jennifer, your mom's back.
Hi, Josh.
So we decided to go with some specialists out there, some people that made a little game called I Love You, Colonel Sanders, that was very well received. And I'm very happy to have with me today Alexei from PsyOp to talk a little bit. He's the creative director for the upcoming Dead by Daylight Dating Sim.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited that I got to create such a
what we want you to do, as Alexei, is come in and we're going to take your shoes and your socks off and give you a bucket of sand and put your feet in it
and
talk to me.
Some rosy warm light on it.
That's awesome. So yes, you're absolutely right. We created a very grim universe, and we asked you to do something extremely silly with it.
Yeah. So we started someplace as far away as we could by thinking about, what is the brightest and happiest kind of take on this world? Well, maybe it's something like the beach episode of a sitcom or an anime series, and then kind of pull our way back into that.
Maybe there's a search bar on the dating sim. If I open up the dating sim game and there's a fucking search bar anywhere in the game, I'm flying over to Montreal and I'm gonna shit.
So
on everyone's desk.
The main questions that people
There's
have.
There's 850 employees. I will shit on every single fucking one of them.
Sure. Well, leaning into that
on the desks.
Kind of sitcom or anime,
everyone
kind of cliches and tropes, and then kind of turning them on their head. We decided to take 4
with a bucket of sand underneath my feet.
Are the most monstrous and inhuman
I will go full Amber Turd.
Make them as human.
Don't think I won't.
Could by assigning 4 kind of typical TV trope archetypes to them. So we've got the trapper, who is standing in as the jock. We've got the huntress, who is standing in as the overachiever. We've got the wraith, who is playing the nerd. And we've got the spirit, who is the goth.
That's amazing. And it's interesting also as a take, because those sort of archetypes, those cliches from horror movies from forever ago, are things that we try to not erase, but we tried to avoid when we did Dead by Daylight, especially on the survivor side. We had them much more be humans and relatable. So it's really interesting to see those things that are very important to the horror genre be represented in this.
Yeah, in writing the experience, it made for a really fun twist. And what we recognized when we dug as deep as we could into the lore and talked so much with your team is that all of these killers come from a really human place to begin with. They've all suffered some sort of trauma or some sort of really dark thing in their past that bringing them into this kind of comedy scenario, but still exploring their real lore, it was just like pretty wild. So we had a lot of fun with it.
Very cool.
Yeah, I bet you did, you fucking pervert.
Like, it was an interesting choice to figure out who the player would be in this scenario.
Well, we want to let the player play as themselves. So this is an interactive branching story, and you will get to make decisions that define who you are.
So I'm going to try and fuck the trapper.
we thought that that was a great way to really do justice to the huge amount of diversity and variety in the Dead by Daylight audience.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to make sure that the 4 killers who you get to romance really represent 4 very different types of relationships.
You get to romance.
And you get to be yourself and see which killer is right for you.
Shouldn't this be like a subathon goal?
In response to some
streamer gets to fuck the trapper for 2,000 gifted subs.
A very important piece of also building that world and really giving the ambiance, the gravitas is the music.
Yeah.
And you got a really cool opportunity in there.
Add it to the
we
list.
worked directly with Michelle, the composer for Dead by Daylight, to make sure that even though we took this to a very different sonic place of marimba and steel drums and some jazz flute solos or Spanish guitar, we still got to express that kind of core DNA of Dead by Daylight and give people something that's new and unique, but also kind of true to the original game that they love so deeply.
Yeah, Michel was kind of happy to be able to try his hand at a few different styles that he hadn't, and I think he surprised both of us with the jazz flute.
It may seem like an odd thing to say about something that sounds and looks
the
so
skin
different,
flute,
but we wanted to make sure that it really feels fresh but authentic.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to join us here in sunny Montreal for this little beach moment. I can say that this is one of the most out there things that we've ever done, and I'm very, very excited about this. You obviously want more details. There will be more information coming.
I'd say Creating Legion was pretty out there, but
get your little hands on Hooked on You, a Dead by Daylight dating sim this summer on Steam. And if you do that, you'll also get a unique charm in Dead by Daylight.
You'll get a charm in DBD to say, I fucked the trapper.
To all of our fans. Thank you for
You get to run around with a little charm just going, look,
and for
I
once,
fucked the
I will
trapper.
say, I'll see you on the beach.
Fucking come on. Come on. Don't zoom in on his feet. Do you know how much money you could get on OnlyFans for that?
But we have one more.
Well, that's a wrap for our 6th anniversary broadcast, and to an amazing year of Dead by Daylight. I hope you enjoyed yourself. The PTB for our latest chapter,
I'm afraid.
The Roots of Dread, is live now, so go try it. Have fun. Again, a huge thank you to our entire team and to you.
Didn't we all just vote on new content?
You know, time really flies. It seems like just yesterday that during our 5th anniversary,
a great surprise,
we revealed to you that we were going to do a Resident Evil chapter. Your reaction was so good at the time that we wondered, why stop there?
Dave, you know this isn't a surprise. We've already seen it. Project W, coming soon. Thanks for watching. If you saw the anniversary stream, you were A, disappointed, B, you got angry, C, still can't see the search bar, or D, clown in dating sim web.